Angela, because there's a twister. Yeah.
Break this. Let's go. Keep going. Keep going. Let's go. Stop. Let's go.
Mi corazón.
Angela, but here's the twist no one expected. The women's fight world just exploded after a shocking challenge aimed directly at Dakota Ditcheva. Fighters from every corner of combat sports are lining up, and the latest names entering the storm have sent warnings that could change everything.
ฮอตมากแล้วก็ค่ะหนูเลือกเพลงนี้เพราะว่า
Outside trip.
Oh, here's Big Step. Alice, he's out.
This is no longer about hype. This is about who wants to be the one to stop the undefeated queen. First came Stamp Fairtex, and her words shook the internet. She made it clear that she wants Dakota and believes she can end the streak. That matters because Stamp is no random challenger. She is Muay Thai royalty who successfully transformed herself into an elite MMA star. Known for her creativity, speed, knockout power, and unpredictable attacks, Stamp has already proven she can dominate under multiple rule sets. She is dangerous at every range and carries the kind of finishing instinct that changes fights instantly. Dakota Ditcheva however, is a completely different monster. Undefeated and feared, she has become one of the most explosive names in women's MMA. With brutal knees, body shots, sharp timing, and relentless pressure, Dakota has turned elite opponents into highlight reels. She isn't just winning fights, she is destroying people. Her rise has been so violent and so fast that many now see her as the future face of women's MMA. That is why a Stamp versus Dakota clash would be massive. It would be old-school Muay Thai brilliance versus modern cage-adapted destruction. Stamp uses rhythm, angles, and unpredictability. Dakota uses pressure, precision, and ruthless finishing instincts. Both women are proven killers. One mistake from either side could end the fight instantly. This wouldn't feel like promotion, it would feel like history. Then another warning arrived, and this one may be even scarier. Michelle Montague, known as the Wild One, has reportedly made it clear that Dakota is also on her radar. Unlike the strikers calling Dakota out, Michelle represents the exact style many believe could be the toughest challenge possible. Elite wrestling mixed with suffocating submissions. Montague built her reputation as a grappling destroyer. With an undefeated background, dominant wrestling credentials, and a long list of finishes by choke or submission, she is the type of fighter who doesn't care how dangerous you are on the feet. If she gets her hands locked, the striking battle ends immediately. That makes her a nightmare matchup for any stand-up specialist. Dakota's strength has always been keeping range, punishing entries, and making opponents pay every time they rush forward. But Montague's style is different. She doesn't need pretty striking exchanges. She wants chaos, clinches, takedowns, and control. If she drags Dakota into deep waters on the ground, fans could witness the first true test of Dakota's perfect record. And then came another threat from a completely different world. Anna, Supergirl, Jarunsak. The Thai prodigy returned to competition and quickly sent a message that many took as a direct challenge toward Dakota. She said her age means nothing, her power is ready, her technique is ready, and she is coming. Those words carried weight because Supergirl is one of the most naturally gifted young strikers in combat sports. Raised in Thailand and trained since childhood, Supergirl built her name through fearless aggression, fast combinations, brutal knees, and non-stop pressure. She became one of the most exciting young stars in striking sports before stepping away for a period to rebuild herself mentally and physically. Now she is back, stronger and more focused. What makes a Dakota versus Supergirl match matchup so fascinating is that both women share Muay Thai roots, but evolved in different worlds. Supergirl represents traditional Thai violence under striking rules. Dakota represents modern Muay Thai upgraded for MMA warfare. One fights with classic pressure and clinch instincts. The other fights with movement, timing, and cage intelligence. It would be a collision of cultures and generations. As if that wasn't enough, another dangerous name entered the conversation. Chanel Nightmare Dyer. Known for a lifetime in Muay Thai, over 100 amateur bouts, multiple titles, and relentless pressure, Dyer reportedly sent a bold warning that she wants Dakota and believes she can break her. That kind of language instantly grabs attention because Chanel has the credentials to back up confidence. She is not a social media talker. She is a hardened striker forged through years of combat. Her style is swarming pressure, brutal combinations, and the kind of aggression that forces panic. If she ever crossed paths with Dakota, fans would witness two pressure fighters refusing to take a backward step. But all of this reveals the bigger truth. Dakota Ditcheva has become the name everyone wants. Whether it's world champions, wrestling specialists, Muay Thai legends, or rising prospects, they all understand what beating Dakota would mean. It would create instant superstardom. It would rewrite divisions. It would prove they stopped the most feared woman outside the UFC spotlight. For Dakota, the pressure is rising every day. Remaining undefeated is hard. Remaining undefeated while champion killers, and future stars all target you is even harder. Every call-out increases her value, but it also increases the danger. Because eventually one of these matchups may happen. So now the real question belongs to the fans. If Dakota faces Stamp Fairtex, who wins? If she fights Michelle Montague, can she survive the wrestling storm? If she meets Supergirl, whose Muay Thai reigns supreme? If Chanel Dyer gets her chance, can Dakota handle non-stop violence? One thing is certain, Dakota Ditcheva is no longer just a prospect. She is the prize everyone wants to claim. Stop scrolling right now because a 20-year-old UFC knockout machine just sent a terrifying message to one of the most dangerous undefeated fighters on the planet. And the woman she targeted was none other than Dakota Ditcheva. After a brutal knockout victory, she didn't celebrate, she didn't smile, and she didn't call for an easy fight. Instead, Alice Pereira looked straight ahead and made it clear, she's coming to destroy Dakota. And just like that, this turned into a UFC versus PFL war. At UFC Fight Night 272, Alice Pereira delivered one of the nastiest knockouts of 2026. Her opponent Hailey Cowan never saw it coming. Perfectly timed step-in knee landed flush, freezing Cowan instantly before follow-up strikes forced the referee to dive in. This wasn't just another win on a fight card. This was the kind of finish that tells an entire division a new threat has arrived. And what makes it even scarier is her age. Alice Pereira is only 20 years old. Still at the very beginning of her career, yet already fighting like a veteran killer. With 7 wins, 1 loss, and multiple knockouts, she's becoming one of the fastest rising names in women's MMA. Before reaching the UFC, she tore through regional competition with highlight reel finishes and raw power. That made people pay attention immediately. If the surname sounds familiar, that's because she draws inspiration from Alice Pereira. The same calm violence, the same terrifying striking mechanics, the same feeling that one clean shot can end your night instantly. She carries that same predator mindset into every fight. But after this latest knockout, she shocked everyone. Instead of calling out a ranked UFC contender, she went outside the promotion and targeted one of the most feared names in women's MMA, Dakota Ditcheva. That's where things became serious. Dakota Ditcheva is no ordinary fighter. She's undefeated at 15-0, a world champion in the Professional Fighters League, and one of the most dangerous strikers in combat sports. 12 knockouts, elite Muay Thai, sharp body attacks, vicious knees, precision timing. She doesn't just beat opponents, she breaks them mentally. And physically. Even in her last performance, she dominated while fighting through injury. So now fans are obsessed with one question. What happens if Alice Pereira and Dakota Ditcheva ever collide? On paper, it sounds crazy. Different promotions, different stages of career, different levels of experience. But mentally, they are built the same way. Both aggressive, both fearless, both finishers, both willing to walk into fire. Alice Pereira brings youthful explosiveness, knockout instincts, and reckless confidence. Dakota brings championship experience, refined Muay Thai precision, and proven dominance against elite opponents. One is the hungry new predator. The other is the established queen of destruction. This isn't just striker versus striker. This is chaos versus control. Youth versus experience. UFC versus PFL. Future hype versus current